Hey Joey, I'm finally gonna start this. I don't really have an excuse for why it took me so long to read it, but it's finally happening. It's Saturday. I don't know if I'll timestamp all of these so that you kind of know how long it takes me to read it, but I have like an hour or so before I start to get real hungry for dinner. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna read some, and obviously I will interject as I have thoughts. I am excited to keep reading. And yeah, welcome to the spoiler-full Golden Lily vlog. I understand conceptually why the Golden Lily tattoos make sense for the alchemists, but the fact that everyone, human, Dhampir, everybody alike can see them seems odd to me, because they're sort of supposed to be everywhere. Like, the alchemists are in every community protecting people from vampires and whatnot, but they all have the exact same gold tattoo on the side of their face. It's giving Illuminati, and I feel like the humans would have picked up on it. I don't know. It gets me every time. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. This weird concrete bunker filled with cells and prisoners and patients and whatnot is giving bad guy. It's giving the evil ones, if I'm being completely honest. Which I think maybe is the point. I think that the alchemists are maybe a little bit too puritanical, but also this is Rochelle Mead, so who knows. Okay, I just finished chapter 2. I completely forgot that Angeline from West Virginia or whatever is here. Forgot about that. Eddie is my number 2 favorite character from all of these books. It's Adrian and then Eddie. And I hate that he's being made uncomfortable. That makes me upset. I am genuinely concerned about what's happening at Re-Education, because clearly it's not good, based on the way that Keith was reacting. And I also hate that whole experience made Sydney question everything she's literally ever done. So, that's what I'm feeling right now. I shall continue. Dimitri, you're already here, in your girlfriend's ex-boyfriend's apartment, and you're gonna razz him about his vices. You were evil for 9 months. I don't want to hear it. Don't get me wrong. Dimitri, love you to bits. You're number 4 on the list of favorite characters. But you don't get to come in to heartbroken, recently recovered Adrian's apartment, remind him of his heartbreak every day, and then bully him. I know that you're just... leave my boy alone. Yes, he should stop smoking, but he'll do it when he's ready. Theory. She's talking about her independent study with the witch lady, and I'm wondering if the way that she said that she had a natural affinity for magic, I wonder if that has anything to do with her, blood not tasting right. I'm wondering if these, witches with their magic and whatnot, which maybe Sydney is magic adjacent, despite her large aversion to it, if that has anything to do with her, her blood not tasting right. I don't know, just a thought. I pretty much don't trust any side characters anymore. Every time we're introduced to someone new, I'm like, they're the bad guy. I also can't tell what's happening with the relationships in this book. I don't understand what's going on. There's so many of them, and they change every quarter of the book. So I don't really know what to do about that, but I do hope that Sydney has fun on this date and doesn't almost die, because I feel like every time we leave the campus, something terrible happens. I'm also sus about Trey's cousin coming into town. Seems like that guy's probably going to be a bad guy too. Everybody's a bad guy until proven to not be. It was one thing for Trey to joke about her virtue, and it's a whole nother thing to have her talk about her virtue a page and a half after a whole paragraph about God. I might just be paranoid, but after that random guy talking to Sonya on the street, I'm worried that they're being, like, surveilled. And that this Brayden guy, which also, everyone being like, his name is Brayden, is so 2010s, because everyone I know's name is Brayden. Anyway. I'm just convinced that it's a setup. And that he's just like her on purpose to, like, get her guard down. And that everyone has evil intentions. Maybe I'm just paranoid. I don't know. I'm on chapter 6. Or I'm starting chapter 6. I'm gonna read till, like, 100 pages, and then whenever the chapter ends. But, yes. I love Adrian so much. Like so much. And I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm 110 pages in. This will probably be all I read tonight, because I'm also in the middle of another book and I'm going to read some of that, but I'm having a good time. Nothing terrible has happened yet, which is good, but I can feel it coming. It is now Sunday. I think yesterday was the day, I think Saturday was the day that I read last. I don't remember. I don't remember my days very good, but I am back reading The Golden Lily. I have decided, as of like an hour ago, that I'm not going to tell you that I'm reading this, so you obviously now know, now that you're watching it, but this right now is when I decided to keep it a surprise. So, I'm not going to update my Goodreads, I'm not going to post it on my Instagram story, I'm not going to text you about it. This will just be a fun surprise. I won't even tell you that I'm editing the video or that I have uploaded it. You will just get the YouTube notification, which you have already done if you are here listening to this right now. But anyway, I last finished on page like 110. I don't have much time to read because it is already like 8:45, but I'm gonna read some more right now and I'll see you if I have any thoughts. I like Trey a lot. He is one of my favorite of the like tertiary side characters. I think he's fun. I am worried he's going to perish, because I'm worried everyone's gonna perish. I also am trying really hard to like be excited about Sydney and her little date, but I still think that he's a plant. and that he's gonna betray her. I don't think it's possible for someone to pretend to be as into these like niche things that he's into, but I don't know, I just don't trust it. I'm also worried about his mortality. So, yeah. How many times can I start one of these clips with, I love Adrian, because I love him, and she just described what he was wearing, and she says, one of his typical summer outfits, jeans and a button-up shirt, though of course the shirt is untucked with the sleeves rolled up and a few top buttons undone. And earlier in this book she like re-described him as like dark tousled hair and green eyes, and so now all I'm picturing is Percy Jackson wearing like an untucked button down with the sleeves rolled, like very like adult Percy Jackson in LA, or like they're in San Diego, so like Camp Jupiter style Percy Jackson in New Rome, living life on vacation. I just love him so much. And I'm really upset that he's about to meet his dad and it's gonna ruin his like week, because he feels emotions really deeply. Rochelle, I really can't tell what you're doing here with the relationships. She completely ignored her weird aversion to sugar, which don't even get me started on her weird aversion to anything that might make her gain weight. That's really starting to piss me off. Anyway, but then this little, her touching his hand, and the way she said that, like, her hand tingled and felt warm, and that she kind of wished that feeling would stay. I can't tell what's going on. Who am I supposed to be rooting for? Michelle? Rochelle, please. I'm so confused. Okay, Broadsword is really giving Witch Hunter. Witch Hunter, Vampire Hunter. And it sounds like based on the way they were fighting and the way that they were scared, they were not vampires. So thems were humans. So I think we're gonna be dealing with vampire hunters, which is crazy. I know we wouldn't have brought it up if it wasn't a real thing, but... And also Sydney really cares about Adrian. And he, like, really cares about her. There's no way, right? No way. Certainly not. I may be biased because of my love for Eddie, but I do not like Angeline even a little bit. She has no decorum and I don't like her very much. But Trey, what are you talking about? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, it is late and I need to stop reading, but I have made it about halfway. I'm on page like 215. 217. Sydney has just been delivered a book of offensive and defensive magic, and she and Adrian have put together the thing about the vampire hunters, and I can't wait for her to start maybe doing magic. And for more fighting, I love watching Dimitri fight. It's like my favorite thing in the whole world. So I am glad he's here, even though the fact that Rose isn't there is making me sad. Those are my thoughts. See you tomorrow. It is Wednesday. I have been reading other books for the last 2 days. Actually, 2 days ago I had plans and I was out and didn't have time to read this book specifically. And then yesterday I was reading other books. But I am back to read more of The Golden Lily. I do put the dust jacket back on every time so that I can show it to you, but I do not read it with the dust jacket on. So we can take that sucker right back off. I'm still at 50%, and we'll see what we get up to. I really only have like a half hour to read today, but we will read some. Sydney is at the dance. Trey has called her hot. Love Trey. I know that that's not what he didn't necessarily mean it like that. Something's going on with Trey, though. I am worried about him. But she's dancing with her boyfriend, and she's thinking about Adrian's cologne. I'm getting so many mixed signals. I think that I've counted Trey out, and I do still think that Brayden might be a spy. I also still can't figure out why they can't figure out what his name is. Again, mentioned previously, I know 75 Braydens. But I guess this was written at a different time. I don't know. But she said, yeah, Brayden smells like coffee and that's like fine or whatever, but all I can think about is Adrian's cologne. I'm sorry. Did you just gift him your everyday necklace that you have put on in every getting ready scene for the last 2 books? Every time she talks about what she's wearing this goddamn cross necklace. And you're just, here you go, buddy. Let it ground you. Man with the nice cologne. Are you kidding me? If Adrian Ivashkov looked me dead in my eyes and first of all said, and I quote, "You are the most beautiful creature I've ever seen walking this earth," and then followed it up with, "I don't need to take your cross necklace, bestie girl. Keep it. I think I've got something else to help center my life." I am literally obsessed with him. I think that if Adrian Ivashkov looked me in the eye and asked me to do anything, I would do it for him. He wouldn't even have to compel me to do it. I'd just do it. In the middle of her description of the situation that happened with Micah, Jill just stopped in the middle and complimented Sydney for like a full paragraph. And I really wonder, like, is that the bond? Are Adrian's feelings for Sydney dripping down the bond? Is this gonna go on? Is this like weird slow burn thing gonna go on for 4 more books? Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle the emotional stress of that. And I think I accidentally spoiled the end of the book and I feel like they're gonna get away. So the vampire hunters are real. And one of them is named Jeff. And I think we knew his name was Jeff. I think we learned that when he attacked Sonia. But, they've been staking out Adrian's apartment, but haven't figured out that he's a vampire. Odd. I just can't wait for us to fight some vampire hunters and then that to become a problem. Jeff. Okay. I am finished reading for the night. I'm on page 279, which is a percentage. Gotta update the story graph because I can't update the Goodreads because it's still a secret. So I read like 60 pages. Yeah, 67%. So I still have like a third of it left. I can't tell if Adrian bought that manual car intentionally so that he could spend more time with Sydney to teach him how to drive it, or if he's lying about not knowing how to drive a stick so that she will teach him how to drive it, or if he bought it because he knew that she would want to drive it, or what. Or if he used magic to move it. I can't tell. I don't know what's going on with that. But things are starting to sort of heat up because the vampire hunters, whatever's going on with Trey, like, is Trey's cousin a vampire hunter? I can't tell what's going on. Or is Trey's cousin just, like, a bad guy? I don't know, but I'm very interested. I'm also wondering if we're still gonna be at Amberwood for all of these books. Because I feel like at some point I need Adrian and Sydney to not be siblings anymore. You know? I also feel like Brayden's on the outs, so I'm fully Team Adrian. I've been Team Adrian, but I've been Team Adrian for me, but now I think that's where that's going. But I feel like we're gonna go through a lot before we get there. See you next time. It is Thursday. I am back. I have 33%, a third, if you will, left of this book. I need to finish it either tonight or tomorrow so that I can edit this video and get it to you to be seen before we are together for 4 days. So I have like an hour to read now, but I think I have like 150 pages left, so I'll probably have to finish it in the morning. But we are just gonna read as much as we can. 138 pages. Yeah, so probably won't finish it tonight, but I will see you when I have updates. Rochelle, can I be free of a love triangle for 15 seconds, please? It's like every other page a new one pops up. And I still don't like Angeline. She's not done anything redeeming in my eyes. And I'm tired of it. I'm also tired of this stupid school. Gah! Well, first of all, I'm upset that Dimitri is upset and that he's like mad at himself about this. That sucks. Poor guy. But Sydney is about to do magic. And shit's about to go down. If Trey is a bad guy, I'm gonna lose my mind. I was ready to let go of anyone else. Literally anyone else could have become a bad guy. But not Trey. I won't believe it. Please. This seems like a cult. And maybe that's the point. I guess we haven't met their charismatic leader yet, so we don't know if they have a charismatic leader, but everything else about this is giving cult. It's feeling like a cult. Listen, when I read Vampire Academy, I was like, I'm tired of Dimitri, I'm tired of hearing about him. Maybe it was because Rose was 17. But now, I'm like, hey, how are you? And like him and Eddie busted into this fucking weird cult arena. By the way, 4 charismatic leaders. That's problematic. But maybe they're broken up into factions and they're just together. Anyway, still giving cult. Still giving bad vibes. Bad vibes. Glad that Trey clearly like purposely lost the fight so that he wouldn't have to kill her. Love that for us. Worried about everybody, hoping everyone is fine. Adrian, I love him. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. If he full on quits smoking for her, it's over for me and you bitches. He hasn't quit smoking for anyone. He didn't quit smoking for Rose. If he quits smoking for Sydney, I'm gonna perish. I'm almost done. I'm on like the last chapter. I'm losing it. I'm devastated. I know that I literally have 4 more books. But if I'm gonna have to go through that for all of them, because we have to dismantle an eating disorder, a corrupt organization that's using her and not telling her things, her own, like, sort of pseudo-religious beliefs about the world, her beliefs about vampires and whatnot. We're working on that one. We're working on it. And we're maybe working on the alchemist being kind of also bad guy. And then Eddie and whatever he's got going on, because apparently he can't just pick one girl. And Jill's gonna have to deal with the fact that her friends don't like her. Well, they do like her, but like they're... Oh my god. A kiss? Are you kidding me? Well, if anyone other than Joey by some miracle is watching this video because they have also read this book and care at all about my thoughts and feelings about it, thanks so much for watching. If you're not Joey and you have not subscribed, feel free to do so. I post on occasion, and I will be posting the rest of this series at some point, maybe sooner than the distance between Bloodlines and Golden Lily. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.